Hello guys and welcome to Laravel 7 tutorial. So guys, today we are going to discuss about how can we implement relationships in Laravel. Basically Laravel supports all type of relationship. For an example, one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-many and many other polymorphic relationship. And also Laravel supports inverse relationship, which are basically the reverse order. Okay, so today we are going to implement the one-to-one relationship, and I have already documented some basic steps that we are going to follow whenever we are going to create a relationship. So let's start. Okay, now today we are going to implement one-to-one relationships, and it is going to be between a user model and a post model. Basically this means a user can have one specific post and one specific post belongs to one specific user. This is just for an example and this is not a real life scenario. Basically in real life scenario a user can have multiple posts and multiple posts belongs to one specific user. Okay, so in order to implement a relationship, what we basically need is to create specific models, in this case user and post, but we are not going to create any new model because we have already implemented the post model and user models comes out of the box with Laravel. Okay, then the second step is to create the migration. In this case we are not going to create any new migration because we have already implemented the post migration and users migrations comes out of the box with Laravel. Then we are going to implement a method inside models which are going to represent a relationship, and then we are going to add a foreign key and migrate the table and fetch the record using Eloquent. So let's start. I will just show you that we have both the models right here. App post, we have the post model and the user model right here. Let me show you that we have the migrations as well. Here it is the user migration and here you have the post migration basically. Okay, now what we need to do is just to implement a method. Basically the relationship is between user and post user is going to be the parent here. So I will just simply write a method public function and method name is post. You can name it whatever you like, but since the relationship is singular, for example a user can have one post, that's why I wrote post, and the relationship of user is with post model, that is why I'm using the name post. Okay, you can name whatever you like, but you are going to see similar conventions in Laravel community. Now what this method is going to do is just simply return $this. I will just explain it to you in a bit. Has one and the relationship, basically the app namespace of our model post model. Okay, so basically this is the relationship method. Laravel has all the relationship methods already implemented. You don't need to memorize it because we have all of these relationships inside our Laravel docs. I will just show you. Let me just open it a bit, and here right here when we open laravel.com docs eloquent relationship, and I will just click one-to-one, and you have all the implementation of one-to-one relationship, similarly for others as well. Okay, now if you want to know how to make a foreign key, all you have to do is just click foreign key, and there you go, you have multiple implementations of foreign key. So that's it, you don't need to remember anything. Okay, in this case $this is equals to user. Why? Because $this is a OOP concept, and whenever you are going to use $this inside any specific class, this $this will be referring to the class name. In this case $this is referring to this user right here. Okay, this has one relationships donates one-to-one relationships. So what we are returning from here right here is user has a relationship of has one with app post. That's it. Once again, user has a relationship of has one with app post. That's it. Now this method is going to accept up to 3 parameters. I will just show you, and you can also, if you don't want to basically pass a namespace here, what you can do is For an example, an alternative would be post class. That's it. Okay, I will just copy it right here. Okay, control C and just comment it, paste it, and basically this method, all the relationship methods basically accept up to 3 parameters. The second parameter is foreign key right here, and the third key parameter is the local key. Okay, so I will just copy it once again so you have it, and I will just comment it out, and I will move to the next line, and I will just replace this post class to namespace because I'm familiar with it. App, for simplicity, app post. That's it. Okay, so you don't need to pass the second and third parameter until you are not following Laravel conventions. For an example, if you are following Laravel conventions strictly, you don't need to pass any second or third parameter right here. Okay, now where we need the foreign key, like where we need to pass the foreign key or the local key, I will just tell you with an example. Whenever we make a model, in this case, let's suppose we made a new model. Model name is user. Okay, this is a model. Okay, now what Laravel is going to do is it is going to assume that this model has a migration with the name users, all in lowercase and with plural, basically s. Okay, whatever the model name is. For example, you have you are creating a new model and you name it post. What this migration name would be? Posts, all lowercase and with plural. That's it. We'll just revert it. Okay, now the third assumption is what Laravel is going to do is it is going to think that the primary key of this users table or users table migration is id. Right here, let me show you migration. I'm just explaining it because so that you can get better understanding of what is going on. For an example, you are not using this id as the primary key and you named it something else. For an example, some id. Okay, let's say just some id for an example. Okay, now what you are going to do here is just pass it right here with the protected property and primary, basically protected dollar prime tab. I will just show you the protected dollar primary key is equals to whatever the key is some id. Okay, you have to pass it right here, and also when you are making the basically the primary key of your own, what you are going to do is passing it right here so that Laravel can know that we are not using local key or primary key that Laravel assumed. We are using our own local key. Let's say in this case some id. I will just copy it from here and I will just paste it right here. Okay, that is the case. Now what is the foreign key? Now suppose that we have a primary key of id. What Laravel is going to do is it is going to make a foreign key like this id, and it is going to concatenate it with the model name right here in lowercase user and with the underscore. That's it. This is what Laravel is going to do for you. Okay, so if you are not following Laravel conventions again and you are using foreign key of your own, like you are using some other variable, what you are going to do is just pass it right here. I will just show you with an example. This is what Laravel is going to do. If you are not following Laravel conventions, you are going to pass the foreign key and the local key as well. Basically both of these belongs to basically the first table, in this case the user table. The local key would be of users table, in this case right here users table right here. Okay, and if you made any other foreign key of your own, what you are going to do is just pass it right here. That's it. Okay guys, now I will just make a foreign key so that all of this makes sense. Right here I will just revert it and I will just go close my user model and I will go to post model. Here I am going to create a foreign key, and the way to make a basically foreign key is right here. If you don't understand, you can always check the docs for any confusion. Okay, now this is going to be unsigned, big integer. Okay, okay, and the name would be user underscore id, just what Laravel assumed. Okay, I'm just passing the foreign key user id. This is what the Laravel is going to assume. Okay, I'm following the Laravel conventions. $table. Now I will make a foreign key. Foreign, basically I'm defining that this specific field is my foreign key, user underscore id, and it is basically referencing the id on users table basically. Okay, and on delete should cascade. What this cascade is going to do is just allow us to edit or delete. Okay, now what we are doing right here is we are telling Laravel basically that this column user id is foreign key and it is referencing the id on users table right here. Okay guys, now, if you are not using Laravel convention, for example, you are not passing user underscore id as the foreign key and you are saying like this, some other underscore id. Now, in this case, what you need to do is just copy it from right here and paste it right here. Okay, and also you are going to define it right here in the foreign key that I am using this as a foreign key. Okay, so in this case Laravel will override its default setting and will make this as a foreign key. And if you are using your own primary key, let's say I made some key, what I will just do is basically some id. What I will just do, copy it from here and I will just paste it right here that I am using this as a primary key. Okay, so in this case we are not going to do this because we are following Laravel conventions. We don't need that. Okay, I will just save it and I will just revert it from here. Everything looks good, and in the post model I will just revert it user underscore id. Everything looks good. Now what we need to do is basically refresh the migration because we just modified our post table accordingly. Okay, what I will do, php artisan migrate refresh. And if you have any confusion that why are we using unsigned big integer, basically the reason for this is I will just show you. Okay, it is taking a bit of time, I don't know why. I will just show you an example that why we are using this unsigned big integer. Come on, what happened? I don't know why it is taking too much long. Come on. Okay, the tables are rolled back and are migrating again. Hopefully there is no error. Okay, so the reason why I defined unsigned big integer is unsigned, basically unsigned means only positive number and big integer refers to the character type. Right here big int. If you are writing like integer, like just integer and not big, you may encounter an error because this is what the user id uses as a type. Okay, right here, this is the only reason. So we have successfully migrated our migrations. Now I will just show you my post table that we have our user id right here. Okay, now the last step is, see, we have implemented the model, made the migrations, basically modified. In this case we have already implemented the method inside a relationship, basically inside the user model right here. We have successfully added the foreign key and now we migrated the tables. Now what we are going to do is fetch the records. Okay, I will just close it. I will just open my web.php. Okay, right here I will just copy this comment and paste it right here. I will name it 1-to-1 relationship. All of this effort I did because so that you can understand it better. I would have just gone fast without telling anything, but it is It is basically main procedure that you need to follow, because if you are new, you will be unable to understand what is written right here. Let me show you right here. See, we have each and everything in the documentation, but maybe it is too complicated for you right now. Okay, that's why I did all this. User, and I will just say, basically let's make it dynamic id, and I will just pass the closure function. And since the id is dynamic and we want to use this id in closure function scope, I just pass id right here. Now what we are going to do, just find the id, user id, basically specific user. Now we didn't imported a user right here, so what I'm going to do right here is choose another way, user, and find with $id. That's it. Let's see what user do we have. User, that's it. I will just hit this route. Let me see my project is running or not. I will just run it, php artisan serve, that's it. Okay, come on. Now what we need to do is refresh it right here. Okay, the project is up and running. Okay, I will just hit the route user one. Let's basically what we need to do is to pass the data. Basically we don't have any data right here, so we will be unable to see anything. I'm just going to create user and post right here to save the time. You can also use routes or tinker, whatever you like. I'll just create name Tausif, all about Laravel at gmail.com. That's it. Password 123. This password is just for testing and it is not for real environment. Okay, and I will just name Danny. Let's say Danny at gmail.com. This is the second user we have, and just create it. So we have two users right now. Let's create two posts right here. I'm just doing it to save time. Okay, post name Tausif post. Okay, Tausif PSC, and active should be 1. And let's create another one, Danny post, and Danny description. That's it in short, and active should be 0. Let's create go, and that's it. Now we have two users and two posts. Let's find our first user. I will hit the route and see we don't have anything right here. Okay, let me see the route user id. It is correct. All we need to do is just refresh it a bit. /user 1. Okay, so we have our user right here. You can see it is fetching the record using the user model right here, and we have first record Tausif, my record, basically my email, etc. Now let's find second user, and we have our second user. Now let's see how can we get this specific user post. Let's see what I'm going to do. Since we made a method inside user.php in this class, we can access this method as an object method or object property. So what I will do right here, post is the name we made the mod, basically method with right here. Okay, post, and get the post of this specific user. Let's just refresh it and see right here. Now the data we got is from the post table, and it is related to this specific user number 2. Let's see user id is 2, post name is Danny description, or Danny post and Danny description. Let me just show you so that there is no confusion left. See, the second post belongs to Danny, basically second user Danny, and post name is Danny post, Danny description, etc. Now let's just find the first user post and see what we have. I'm going to type find first user and its related post, and we have first user related post right here, Tausif post, Tausif description right here. Okay, so this is how we can get a specific user related post simply without joining or doing anything. Laravel is going to basically do that for us. All we need to do is just find the user and change the method we just implemented right here. Okay, so let's just say we only want the description of this specific post. What we are going to do is just going to get as an object property, since it is going to only return one result and it is going to be array, but we can get these basically users post related property as an object property right here. Let me show you, and that's it. I will refresh it and you can see first user post description, let's say second user post descriptions. We have the second user post description. Okay, so that is it from one-to-one relationships. In the upcoming video or in the next video, we are going to see how can we implement the inverse of this relationship, basically inverse of one-to-one relationship. So I hope you guys like the concept of the video. You like the video. If you liked it, please like, subscribe and share. Thank you. Take care.